Welcome everybody. My name is Sasha. I'm here with Edwin Raphael and his partner here, Jacob, for the second episode of the Couch Sessions. Boys, welcome to the second official episode of the Couch Sessions. You guys had a lot of stuff going on in the last couple of weeks and probably more stuff going on in the next couple of months. So you just got your last EP out. So Cold Nights EP just had a crazy release. I was there. For all those that weren't there, it was amazing. So can you guys tell me about a little bit what's has been the overall reaction from the EP? Where are you guys going from here? Are you happy about it? And yeah, so go ahead, the floor is yours.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, so it's been a crazy last 7 months ish. We've been working on this since I don't even know now. It's been like since April,
September.
March.
Yeah, well, depends how.
Yeah,
we've been writing the song since like last April.
Yeah. So it was crazy that it was done. It was unreal that moment when we realized, oh, it's actually done. You know, this is it. And yeah, it's the reactions have been really cool. It's been positive because I was a bit stressed out because obviously it's different from the first EP, Ocean Walk, which was more folky, acoustic, and now we got more production in and everything because Jacob's been in now and it's changed up the game. So
yeah,
which is what I wanted anyways. So I thought it might be a bit dodgy when it comes out, but it's been incredible. Like, it's been crazy reactions. Everyone seems to love it, and I think it's going good.
Yeah,
it's been good.
The momentum so far of the album has been like really, really great. I mean, we've been getting like lots of feedback just like on all different types of social media, like on YouTube and especially Spotify, which is probably like our main kind of like output. Like we're seeing like a huge reaction from that, and it's been amazing. Within the last 2 days, I think our monthly followers went up 15K within the last 2 nights. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just out of nowhere. So I mean, the reaction is definitely like,
it's just funny.
It's a drawn out process.
It's just funny when like he would message me or I would message him, like, yo, check your Spotify.
It's like, check it
And
out.
I'm like, what?
Nice.
And I go on there and it's just exciting. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think this calls for celebration.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cheers to the new EP, Cold Nights, and to future success to come. So you were talking about actually, it's a big change from your last first album, basically, and I imagine a lot of people were kind of used to the old sound, more kind of tuned down, very, very mellow and laid back, super introspective. I guess you still have kind of that thing going on, but for the people that have been following you since day one, how did they kind of adjust to the change? Did they like it? Did they like, how was the reaction from those people, more or less?
Yeah, so I thought they might not be, I was skeptical about it, you know, but people have been very positive about it, and also it's because I didn't completely change it. It's just like, you can see there are still the core elements of Ocean Walk still present. Like, I haven't changed that drastically. Like, you can see those elements still if I strip it down, the song, and then it's all these new layers that add like more character, if anything, from the introspective element that Ocean Walk had. So, and feedback's been positive, and there's still like a couple of tracks in the new album which is very similar to Ocean Walk because we didn't want to completely have like completely new things. Like Miss the Sun is a track which is drop D and like very similar to, which could have easily been in Ocean Walk, for example. So yeah.
Cool. And I mean, for those who don't know, Edwin Raphael was able to amass a huge following online through all these different platforms, Spotify, and a bunch of YouTube channels such as More Indie, and a bunch of different independent channels. And through all that, he's had a worldwide following and got about more than 1 million hits, probably. Overall, he's kind of like a sensation on the web, basically. So throughout, very scattered so all throughout the world. So can you tell us a little bit about the fan base? Where do they usually come from? Obviously, I mean, he does have a good one here in Montreal, but for the international audience, I mean, what is kind of that like to throw something?
I think if you look at it internationally, I think Montreal's kind of lacking.
Yeah.
I'm like actually not known at all in Montreal. I think we're like, I don't even think we show up in the top 10.
Yeah.
Like, places.
Yeah, like on our streaming services, like you can't really see that many streams coming from Montreal actually in comparison to the other ones.
It's like our top places are like England, London. We have New York, LA, and Taiwan for example.
Yeah, Singapore as well. Just jumped on there.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Singapore coming in the clutch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is something I think we should work on, like getting like more, I guess, known,
promoting ourselves in the country that we're actually in and like touring around right now.
Yeah, because we're like doing shows here and like we're not as relevant as we would have been in London, for example.
I guess the shows kind of help. Like the tour that we're going on is like helping us with like kind of promoting ourselves and giving ourselves a name in the Canadian industry a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. And definitely. And I mean, do you guys have kind of like corresponding from these fans from England, for example? Are people saying like, "Hey, can you come do a show in England? I mean, people love you here."
Yeah. There's so many random fan mails I'm getting. It's like, what was it the other day? We had one from somewhere in, I think it was Russia or something, and it was like, "Can you please wish my boyfriend a happy birthday? Like, send me a video." Yeah. And I was like, never done that one before. Let's try it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I think there's like so many random things. Like people ask me to come down to Australia to play a show. It's just like you never know. It's just like random people asking you like, when are you coming down? Like, because they don't know like I'm just here. You know, they think I'm like going around and stuff.
I think you're worldwide. They think you're a superstar.
Yeah. So I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. I'll try my best to come down.
Yeah. And I think Edwin Raphael is a perfect example of what the internet can do in terms of growing your own fan base independently, without a record label, without a huge distribution deal. Lots of stuff has been done independently, and not necessarily by him being a super crazy hustler trying to send his stuff left and right, but really music fans putting it on their music channel, on their playlists, on and playlists that have a lot of listeners, YouTube channels that have a lot of subscribers. So I mean, that kind of did a organic buzz for Edwin Raphael, and I think it's very remarkable how big the buzz is actually very organically. Would you guys agree that it's very organic? I mean, it's been kind of like sustained by these music lovers putting it on their channels and really kind of blowing you up in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, our success is definitely absolutely based off of the fans and off of people sharing our music, and that's a lot of what it is about, you know? Like, when your friends are going out and playing a show, go to the show, man. Like, share his music when your friend drops an album, you know? Yeah. And that's all of it is about, is just, like, your reach, and apparently we've reached pretty far so far, so, yeah.
Amazing. And staying on that point, I speak to a lot of different artists, and most of the conversations I have around Spotify, people are shitting on it. It has zero returns. The royalties are terrible. But Edwin Raphael is actually killing it on it, and basically he got his own fan base on it. So I find it's the complete other direction that these streaming services that a lot of people are complaining about is actually doing wonders for another artist. So I mean, can you talk a bit about that? How has that been for you? How has Spotify been good for you in the last thing?
A lot of the ways that I kind of put it was that I think that someone at Spotify kind of has a crush on Edwin or something, or like into him, because so far like our songs keep getting added to like community playlists and stuff. Like Spotify will create
original Spotify playlist, which is like
it'll be like Spotify indie playlist, and then they'll just add like an Edwin Raphael song to it, like out of nowhere. And be like, wow, okay, and like it creates a huge
so like all these Spotify playlists that have like 1 million followers, and then they just put like a random song of mine in there, and then I'm like, I get like a notification like, your song's been added to this channel, this playlist called Evening Chill, And I get on there and I'm like, I was listening to Evening Chill like 2 days ago, and I'm on there now. It's just like that. In that sense, I was like, whoa, Spotify is so cool.
Yeah, like I find they really give a lot of opportunities to like lesser known artists by just kind of picking them out from like Edwin Raphael, just picking them out from there and just like dropping them into these really, really extremely popular playlists that just give like everyone a chance to actually hear this like unknown music.
Cool, which is in a way kind of a model that is hard to replicate, but because you can't really control who's putting you on these playlists, which playlists they're putting, so it's really kind of an act of
luck.
An act of God. I mean, in a way that like the guy who's in charge of these playlists, like your music, wants to put you out there, has absolutely no monetary incentive whatsoever to be putting you on this, but just through the love of listening to you, putting you on this playlist. So I mean, it's really cool in a way. Hard to necessarily say to different indie artists, be like Edwin Raphael and get on these playlists, because it's not necessarily something that you can control, but definitely a very interesting model to be kind of following and kind of looking forward to if you are a artist that could get on these playlists potentially. So moving on to different aspects of your careers. So you just had the launch album. Soon you guys are playing at the Folk Fest. You guys have a couple of things going on. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's to come, what's in the future, what's in store for you guys?
Well, I mean, this Saturday coming up, we're playing at the Concordia Fashion Show, which is a pretty big event.
Okay.
At the St. James Theatre, so it's pretty massive.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty good time. And then the next morning, we're going to be at CJLO Radio. We're going to be doing a radio interview and a little live session with them too. We're currently planning a tour around Toronto as well, and because we've been doing Montreal for a while, we don't really have an issue with Montreal. We can like come back and we can always do shows around here, and it's not a big problem. But we're really trying. Like our next step is to kind of get out of Montreal and go to like Toronto and like move around a little bit. Toronto, Hamilton, Peterborough, that kind of area.
I want to essentially tour England, but
obviously. And we have some live sessions that we finished last month, and we'll be releasing those over like the next couple months, I guess.
So it's like the live sessions are more stripped down, so it'd be like more of an Ocean Walk theme, but doing the songs from Cold Nights, which is like interesting, it's like an interesting thing.
We got to do them in this like beautiful hall, Oscar Peterson Concert Hall at Loyola campus of Concordia.
The acoustics were incredible.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
I think it should be cool.
Yeah.
Like output that comes out.
Yeah, it's going to turn out really well.
Amazing. Straight from Oscar Peterson, the man. So, if you guys have any finishing words, anything you guys want to say to people, probably listening to Evening Chill on Spotify, that's one of them, definitely. But you guys have a couple of last words to say to everybody that's listening to us, right?
If you got your heart broken, or if you want to find someone, or you're just feeling down, or you're feeling good, doesn't matter, just check it out. Check out Cold Nights. Tell me what you think. There are a couple of tracks. It's for me, it was a big process. It was essentially a story that it's different chapters, so every song has a connection, and from track 1 to track 7 there's a lot of transition, and which was very hard for us to merge. And when it finally merged, I thought it was great. It was like a whole story that was divided into chapters, and there's like elements, like for like example, like track 5 is like a bit more dancey than like track 4 or track 6, but like at the same time they all connect, and there's like links from like, for example, from like the first track in the second, like in the 5th track, where I'd be going against what I'm saying in the first. So it's a complete story of like confusion and like, I don't know, lack of focus, and like how last 2016 was terrible for everyone, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what 2016 did for me, and how that's what came out. So yeah, if you could check out Cold Nights, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you can find something in Cold Nights that you can relate to as well. I mean,
yeah. For sure, because a lot of the songs have like universal themes that everyone can relate to, which is what I want. And which is what every artist wants.
Yeah, and stylistically, I think a big part of this album was that you can tell we're transitioning. We haven't fully transitioned yet. We haven't
into
got
exactly
to the
what
point
we want to be, but
Yeah.
you can see that we're going there. We're on the way.
that we're on our way. There's plenty to come.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing shows all over. Come out to one of our shows.
And we're working
come talk
on,
to us. You know,
we're working on new material, which is exciting, and we don't know when that's going to come out, but it's exciting because I know all these new material that we're working on has great potential, and
we're already working on material for the next album. So.
and I'm like very excited for that. So, which is probably a step closer to where we want to be.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So yeah.
Cool. So whether it's a cold night or a warm night, go get the EP from Edwin Raphael. Guys, thanks for coming. Cheers on the new album.
Thank you so
much. Great stuff to come. Come check them out at Folk Fest. Go check them out at the next Concordia Fashion event. And lots of stuff to come. Keep updated. Keep listening. And thank you for checking out Couch Sessions. We are signing out. Have a good night.
You're falling apart.